what is it that motivates young people to be involved in youth adult partnership? And then in thinking about what motivates them, what can be used to recruit young people when they're needed in an area where you want to engage in a youth adult partnership kind of format?
I think motivating the young people is the easy part. It's the adults that are hard to break. I've observed these in a lot of different settings, and the young people seem, they're ready for anything, and they're up for anything. I think they feel shut down when the adults don't know how to go into the partnership appropriately. And so if adults go into this saying, we're going to give you a lot of voice, and then they don't, that's when the young people say, this isn't going to work. And you see that a lot. But yeah, motivating the young people is easy. And once they're motivated, they'll tell their friends.
So I think one of the things, if the opportunity is explained to them that they'll actually be able to make a difference with and have their voice heard. And I've seen in other programs, when young people actually feel like their opinion is really being listened to, and they're being listened to, that's the motivation to keep coming back. And I think sometimes we create spaces or can have a young person, serve on a board, but they're not going to be motivated to continue serving on the board if we're not taking their ideas seriously. So I think that's one of the key motivations for young people to continue to participate. And a lot of times if their peers are involved in this and they hear about the opportunities, but yeah, most people, if they feel like an adult's really going to listen to their opinion, they'll give it a shot. And if their opinion's really, they feel like that's being valued, that's a huge motivator to continue to come back.
Young people are drawn to youth adult partnerships, in my opinion. I think they really would like to be part of the adult world. If we always talk about how kids want to see more grown up, they want more responsibility, they want more respect. So working with youth adult partnerships, I believe they fulfill that need of wanting to be respected by adults and being valued by their community. So motivating youth to go into a youth adult partnership is quite easy because they really are looking for someone that they can talk to, and they want to feel more mature. And they feel more mature when they're with adults and the adults are taking them serious. I also believe clear goals is very important because youth want to know why they're there and what's the point. And a lot of times if there's really no point to that meeting, they aren't going to continue to show up just because their time is valuable just like it is for adults.
Okay. Well, I think the biggest motivator, again, is that they feel valued and heard, and they feel like they're making a difference in their community. That tends to be, I think, where young people get that motivation to be a part of an adult youth partnership. And there has to be, again, that respect. If they feel like the adults involved in the group aren't respecting their opinions, aren't listening to them, they're not going to stay involved very long. Their attendance, you can tell, just kind of wanes. And that's my signal as a youth development educator as I work with groups. When I start to see young people not coming to the meetings, not being around the table, or I'm hearing from the adults in the group that that's happening, then it's like, okay, we need to go back and take a look at what does it mean to work with youth in a youth adult partnership framework, and it's time to kind of do some more education. And I think that's part of what we need to remember as youth development educators is that people are always coming and going. And so there's always a need to continually be talking with people about this and providing training opportunities for adults and youth. I mean, both need those opportunities to figure out how does this work. A youth adult partnership, because it's not something that everyone does. I think when you're recruiting young people, I think other young people are the most effective way to recruit. I also will make that personal invite in the case where I know a young person or I've seen a young person in a program maybe I've worked with, and maybe they're moving to the high school and I know there's another opportunity for them there. I encourage them to do that. So again, I think it's both youth recruiting and I think it's also adults who have a relationship with that youth being open to saying, here's another opportunity for you. How would you like to, and how can I support you in getting involved in that?